Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant and I'm back with some more vibes for you, and we are continuing with the series of the Heritage Minutes of Canada. You know what I mean? Man, I'm learning a lot from this. I'm telling you all, I'm learning a lot from this. You understand? Enjoy watching this and thing because, I like how they do the historical stuff and they focus on certain people, because when you learn history in school, you learn about the main characters and then a broad thing. But this is about just people, man. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying that. But anyway, this one is called Etienne Parent, and it's not parent. I guess it's parent. I don't know. I am babbling. Let's YouTubers see what go on with this here and thing.
We're all sons of liberty! If I'm sticking a boat, it was to put an end to this corrupt regime! They'll never succeed in getting rid of us!
I'm a patriot, but I'm against this armed insurrection. We must reply to bureaucrats who stifle us. We can thrive through education, political economy, and industry, not armed rebellious acts. Our two races can live side by side without one enslaving the other.
Jailed for such radical editorials, Etienne Parent kept his paper Le Canadien going for months, with a little help from his friends.
Votre journal, monsieur le directeur?
Merci.
Hold it.
A century later, the political ideas that had inspired Etienne Parent would reappear and transform Quebec in its quiet revolution.
Okay, a man of my means, yo. A man of my means, you know what I mean? We could do the vibe and make life better without having, so it's this armed rebellion stuff. I've been in 2 revolutions. And ain't nothing changed. For 4 years, everything was like honky-dory, and then bam, here comes the bigger, stronger people. Oh, no, you can't think for yourself. We gonna tell you how to think. Something's changed, but generally speaking, we just went back to working paycheck to paycheck and struggling to make it. Like you said, education. That's why so many governments tell people, they try to keep the education away from the poor, which is what's happening right now. You know what I mean? Keep that education away from them. They're not going to know right from wrong or truth from untruth. And I'm seeing it every day here. I'm seeing it every single day. Where I woke up, I'm probably one of the few people with higher education. And when I say education, I got educated. I didn't just get an education. I paid attention, and I paid attention from a middle ground type thing, I didn't go this side is right, that side is right. Okay, let's see if each side have good ideas to roll with and thing, you know what I mean? But let's keep going with this here. This one is called Responsible Governing. Okay, let's take a look and see what they're talking about.
Does your majesty really agree that your governor-general, the Queen's own viceroy in Canada, should be overruled by the elected members?
Yes, Lord Melbourne. We assure you we do agree.
You mean to say that Victoria of Great Britain would give up her royal power to some obscure politician from Montreal or Toronto?
Lord Melbourne, Monsieur Lafontaine and Mr. Baldwin are trying to bring harmony to the colony with this... What do they call it, Lord Melbourne?
Responsible government, ma.
Responsible government. Just so. Now suppose we do not assent, Prime Minister.
Well, that could mean another rebellion in the Canadas.
Responsible government. Our Governor-General controlled by an elected assembly instead of by us. It's a Canadian idea.
Pity, ma'am.
Very well, Lord Melbourne. We think we know what we must do.
Okay. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking she's for the idea of, I'm kind of confused here. I'm not sure if she was for the idea of responsible government or if she was against it. I've heard of Lord Melvin before, but I don't know a whole lot about him. I'll have to look him up to see what he was more about, you know what I mean? But, and it ended by saying we know what we're supposed to do. I don't know if she wanted to have we remember one name of the guy, Baldwin, and his compatriot. You know, their ideas are implemented. You know what I mean? But you know, I'll have to look it up and see more. You see, that's the good thing about these 1 minute things. If you want to know it all, you go look it up, and that's what I'm gonna do. So this next one, oh, you see, there we go. We go straight into it here. Baldwin and LaFontaine. Let's see what they're about. Okay, this might explain the one before. Let's go.
For whom do you vote? McCulloch! Laissez-nous passer! Nous avons le droit de voter! Lousy rebel! Governor Sydenham said your lot ain't got no rights to nothing! Oui, pour les pauvres, c'est ça! Faut passer! Non, non. Pas de violence! Je vais perdre donc! Tout ça n'est qu'une moquerie! Une moquerie!
Monsieur le Robert Baldwin, il veut que je me présente dans un comté d'Ontario.
Welcome to Toronto. Monsieur Baldwin, alors c'est bien vrai, vous m'offrez un de vos comtés ici à Toronto. Mr. Lafontaine, think of the history we'll make when a French-Canadian runs and wins in York.
And they did make history. Together, Robert Baldwin and Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine would forge the basis of responsible government in Canada.
Okay. A little bit more context there, you know what I mean? Of course, they won. Yeah, that's interesting there, you know what I mean? Best way to make change is to come together. We live in a warrior mentality society, especially where I am here, you know. Let's shoot them up, let's bust them up, you know. But nobody talks. Nobody really sit down and, well, everybody talks. Nobody listens. Because now it's like, it's my opinion. It's my opinion and you ain't gonna change my mind. Now, if I have an opinion and the opinion is hurting somebody else, I take a step back and go, okay, how can we compromise here so neither of us can get hurt? Sometimes you can't. I'm not saying that's the best way all the time. But I think in most cases it can be like that if we just talk and listen and understand, you know? And like you know, one of the earlier minutes they said all races could live together, man. You know what I mean? We're all human. That's the thing. You know, they act like if one side understands and the other side don't understand. We understand. They understand. The point is we don't come to an understanding. Anyway, let's go on to this next one here. Heritage Minutes, Orphans. And if this is what it is, I've heard quite a few people in the comment section, you know, say stuff about that. Let's go ahead and see what this one is all about.
Molly Johnson.
In the 1850s, many Quebec families adopted Irish orphans, their parents dead of ship's fever on the Atlantic crossing.
Alors Molly, voici ton nouveau père et ta nouvelle mère. Dorénavant, tu porteras le nom fier et historique de Bélanger. Tu es maintenant une petite Canadienne, Molly.
No, we have to keep our Irish name. Mon mère me l'a dit juste avant de sa mort. We have to pour la mémoire de mon patrie.
Ça, monseigneur, ça me paraît tout à fait acceptable.
Quel est ton nom, mon enfant?
Johnson, Sir Molly Johnson.
Et comment t'appelles-tu, toi?
Patrick. Patrick O'Neill.
Et toi?
Kathleen Royen.
A century and a half later, many of those names still resound in Quebec.
Oh, wow. That is so cool right there. You know, they let them keep their names so as to keep their heritage. I mean, I guess they were refugees from something, you know. They got there, you know, their parents died on the way there. That's the thing about adoption, man. You know, adoption, I see people adopt people and they totally wipe out the heritage of where they come from, you know what I mean? Even if they look different, they just totally make sure that they raise them like not knowing about who they are and where they're from. Yeah, no, and that could cause some serious insecurities, especially when you look at yourself and you look at the people around you and realize you're different. If you could tell that way, you know what I mean? That could cause some serious insecurities, man. Good job that they let them keep their names and stuff like that. Let's keep going here. This one is called the Underground Railroad. All right, somebody said this is one of the better ones I should watch. Let's see what's going on here.
should have been here by now. He's 3 hours late already. Pa ain't gonna make it! One of them slave catchers got someone to help, and I just know
Liza, you both made it past the border yesterday. We've all done this before.
He's our pa. He'll be here.
Come, let's pray.
No more prayers! Liza!
Between 1840 and 1860, more than 30,000 American slaves came secretly to Canada and freedom. They called it the Underground Railroad.
Lisa!
We're free! Yes, Mom, we're in Canada!
Okay, I just learned something new here. I didn't know the Underground Railroad went all the way up to Canada. I did not know that. Because I asked so many people about the history of it here, but nobody ever mentioned that slaves ran to Canada too. It was always they came up north, but it didn't say they go way up north. But that's interesting. That's really interesting there. It's kind of sad that they need something like the Underground Railroad to get to freedom and stuff like that, and people are chasing them down like animals. Now the question lies is in other cultures where there was slavery, like in Europe, where certain tribes enslaved certain tribes and stuff like that. I wonder if they had their own version of the Underground Railroad there. Or even back in Africa, where certain tribes take over certain tribes and stuff, was there a concerted effort to free the slaves and thing? Not only by attacking the tribe and getting them back, but by smuggling them out of there. That would be an interesting study. That would definitely be an interesting study. But I'm from a small island, and we had slaves there, and the slave trade was abolished in 1833 there. I wonder if there was an Underground Railroad there, but where would they go? Because all the other islands were slave colonies too, so where would they go? Anyway, man, that was an interesting one right there. Let's do one more, and this one is called Paris Crew. Ooh, the Paris Crew. So let's see what this is all about. I love when an underdog busts it up. And I like how the first two we watched were kind of intense, so the first three, and then boom, a light-hearted minute about them winning the canoeing race, the rowing race. That's not canoeing, the rowing race. I should know that I'm from the ocean. But anyway, man, thank you all for watching this with me. I'm having fun watching this. I'm learning a couple things here and there, like, man, the Underground Railroad went straight the way up to Canada. You understand what I'm saying, thing? Wow. That was a cool tidbit to know and thing. I mean, listen, I hope you guys are taking care of each other. Please do take care of each other, okay? Link in the description for the video. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Genuinely enjoy your day. Thank you for watching these with me. Thank you for commenting. Keep the comments coming, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm telling you, I'm a loner. So when you guys send me comments, I read every single one of them. You know what I mean? And I have conversations with some people. And that's really nice when you live alone. Take care of each other. Cool runnings.